Today I want to talk about keeping your boxes together. There's a number of different ways to do it. I have built these little clips out of wire. I watched Joe May on Little Bits Honeybee channel show me how to do it. I think I streamlined this process a little bit. I'd have to go back and re-look to know for sure. But with these clips, you've got the clip screwed on, screw it goes under and one it goes over, and it really does a nice job holding them together. I've got a lot of older equipment that I've refurbished and remanaged, and it's tweaked and bent, and this really helps snug it down. I've built a small piece of rebar because I had some that goes over the top lid that allows me to pull the lid down also. Other methods are staples. These are hive staples, go in the corners like that, and they do a fine job of holding the box together. The problem is when you want to take them apart, they are a real pain. You have to pry them out, then like this one up here, they end up bent, then they don't want to go back in, and then you have to pound them back in, so that disturbs the bees. Quick, while we're looking at it, this is a really nice mouse guard. It comes from Glory Bee. Has a lot of slots for the bees to go in and out of, and then when you need to reduce it, you can just put some tape over it and it sits right on the front of the box and a mouse can't chew in. Then when you want to move the box, you just turn it over and all it'll do is vent, but it vents all the way across, and the bees will stay in there while you transport. Just a little bonus piece for you. So I'm going to show the plan for making these, and I'll try to crank one out and then attempt to show putting one on a box. So if we can see this, I've got the numbers from the center line. We're 2 3/8 out to I put a screw in, threaded it and put a screw in. Joe May drilled it and put drill bits in the holes to bend around. There's a small hole up here for the wire to go in. You come across 2 3/8 again to another hole, and then 3/4 of an inch to that one. 1 9/16 up to this one. Now we'll go over and I'll walk through building one real quick. So these can be purchased at most bee supply companies. They're, I think, $3 a piece. You can buy them on Alibaba for 15 cents a piece if you buy 1,000. You might find a better deal if you look around. They didn't have the little hook loop on them that really makes it easier for your thumb to get them out. So what I've done here is I'm using high tensile fence wire because I had a bunch of it around. It's what you need to use. It'll bend and stay, but then it doesn't just fall apart. So I just shoved it up against my stop there, and I've got a mark out here at 12 inches. 12 inches is a good size, and I cut it with my bolt cutter. And then when we come across here, see if I can get this camera set up so you can watch the process and get it to stay here and not fall off. Doesn't balance very well here, and the table's shaky too. All right, we'll give it a try there. So with your piece of 12-inch wire, goes in the wire hole, pull it clear down and tight so you can get a nice tight circle. This is the one that the screw is going to go into. You need to come all the way past so that it closes the hole well. Then you go over the top of that one, down to the other one, and all the way around in a loop. Now I take it and give it a good twist to start turning it the way you need it to be. This one is the one that will lay against the box. This is the one that your thumb will go against. So now this is what you have. Then I take it on my chop saw and I cut off this and this piece, and that ends me up with that. So this is sitting flat on the box. This is going to slide alongside the box. Now I need to pull this screw out of the way. And add this little contraption. It's pretty long-winded. I could cut it off a little bit and this would be a little faster process, but when I'm doing them, I'm doing hundreds of them at a time, so it's not quite so big a deal. So now this goes back on around the top screw and alongside of this. Now I've found if I just bend it there, it will turn my thumb handle wrong. So I grab it with a pair of pliers and give a lift up. That gets me my little kink. So then I've got a jig over here that is laid out off of this. From the end of the box, you're going to have a hole in at 7 5/8. You're going to have a hole in at 10 1/8 and a hole in at 12 1/8. Then it should be the same from the other end. So this piece is the same length as the box. Important thing to remember as you set up to do these is you need to be consistent about what's on top and what's on the bottom. So the way that I have mine set up is the one screw on the bottom of whatever's being attached and the wire bracket goes on the top. So as I come to my box, the bottom of the box will get marked here. And I flip it up, and then the two outside pieces get marked. These are the screws I'm using. They work pretty well. So that screw will hold that in all the way. This one doesn't go in all the way so you can clip it, nor does this one. Like the video and subscribe if you like them. Thanks.